Well, the high school wrestling season opened without a single area team ranked in Illinois Matmen's Power 12. But if you're looking for a potential Bloomington Normal sleeper, how about undefeated Beardstown tonight taking on Sacred Heart Griffin and spotting Griffin a 17-0 lead in this one. That is when Jake Lux would start the winning streak at 113 pounds, working nicely for position here, ends up winning himself a tech fall victory, I do believe. No, he's going to end up getting the pin right there eventually, and you don't get much more pinned than that. Good win for Jake Lux, and that got things really going back in the right direction for the Beardstown Tigers as they would pick it up again from different weight classes with guys winning. Actually, as I mentioned, Jake Lux, a tech fall victor, I should say, at 126. This is even more decisive. Antonio Quintana, who's an amazing wrestler in his own right, taking on Jack Kink, starts the pin brigade as Beardstown's rally begins. Then at 138 pounds, Clayton Thurman's going to wrestle his way to a pin as well. In the second period right here, taking on Austin Spa, he's going to turn his man over and secure him on his back and then simply stick him from that point forward. Nicely done there. At 145 pounds, the winning continues for the Tigers. This time it would be Gideon Dossie, who's really, really quick and who has his man in the cradle right there and has his man essentially dead from that point forward. Gideon fighting for the beautiful pin at that point. And at that point, at 140 pounds, it had been Beardstown reversing their course and coming all the way back to take the lead, a lead the Tigers would not relinquish on the night. 160 pounds, Pride of Concord Triopia wrestling for Beardstown. Dakota Longley with the pin right there over Tim Zock. Then at 170 pounds, look at Trace Cooper, your cradle of the night. Again, you can't get much more pinned than that. Trace Cooper with the win. Beardstown just kind of throwing it on everybody at that point. At 182 pounds, Clayton Seward would step in. Another gentleman who's probably going to vie himself into a beautiful showing at Champaign later this year at state-ranked kid, and a kid who can really wrestle. As you will see him throw down the pinfall win as well, as Beardstown ends up winning this one. By the final count in that one, huge over Sacred Heart Griffin. Also on the night, Beardstown goes to 8-0 with a win, as you saw there over Pittsfield as well. Pittsfield losing to Sacred Heart Griffin as well, so the Saukees go 0-2 on the night as they lose 48-33 there. More wrestling for you now. It was Q&D sweeping a pair from the Peoria schools, beating Richwoods 39-36 and beating Peoria Central 35-30. Also, tough night for the Keokuk Chiefs as they lose to Washington. Gabe Martin with a victory tonight. Ryan Maxwell a winner on the night, as did Derek Rose, but there weren't many wins for the Keokuk Chiefs on this night. How about some boys basketball? We had a few scores lingering and floating out there. South Shelby goes on the road, beats Van Far 63-34, and Ellsbury opens up the Nike Cougar Classic at Lutheran St. Peter's and beats Silex big time in the first round, 70-29. Girls basketball, Rushville Industry has been hot. Are they hot enough to take out Jerry Wilson's undefeated Havana Lady Ducks, who are state-ranked and looking every bit of that here in the early going? That's Abby Kuchanik, the potential All-Stater, with a nice bucket right there. Then, how about Jill Friedrich with a take off the beautiful pass from Emily Eagle? Good stuff there. And then more to come right here. Samantha Ellsworth. Very, very good start for Havana. Rushville Industry, though, would rally back. Brandy Wise doing some nice work as she posts up and profits right there. Zach Royer liking what his team did at the end of the first quarter, much better than what it did in the early goings in this one, as that's Miss Wise with the miss, but Jenna Tabor there with the take and the putback, and then it's Katie Haywood with the three from the top of the key. Rushville Industry, though, falls tonight by the final count of 66-54 as Savannah goes to 10-0 on the season. More scores for you tonight. Lots of them. Quincy High losing on the road to Alleman by 20. It was Brown County winning at home by 3 over North Green. Vanessa Markert with a double-double in that one. Unity continues to roll, smothering Clark County by 22 tonight. Monroe's no match for Macomb tonight as Macomb wins with a big fourth quarter in that game. Rout almost doubles up, actually does double up on Auburn tonight with a huge win. Illini West, behind a big effort from Gracie Boster, beats Rockridge. In Missouri, South Shelby, too much for Van Far. Putnam County gets a loss for Macon tonight. Hannibal loses to a really good Mexico team, and it was Silex knocking off Louisiana 56-36. Finally,